Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Castleton Lions, Claiborne Farm, Dock Lane's Veterinary Pharmacy, Horse Sense, Keeneland, Lane's End, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, PBI Bank, Quillen Leather and Tack, Ramard, Sally Horse Vans, Shadwell Farm, and Windstar Farm.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate and Bradar filling in for John Henderson on this edition of Thoroughbred Week, featuring stakes action from 6 tracks, including a front-running winner of the Grade 3 Long Island Handicap from Aqueduct. We begin at Laurel Park with the Japan Racing Association Stakes on turf. Utley, the 2-1 favorite. Dave Rodman picks up the call.
Very deliberate pace out there. 25-3 was the opening quarter. 50 3/5 seconds for the half mile as Slip and Drive holds a narrow lead from Super Chunky. Long shot Slip and Drive and a big price Super Chunky prompting only mildly from the outside. Length and a half and Riding the River is third. Paris Vegas 4, Sneaky Kitten 5th, Roadhog is 6th, London Lane on the outside trying to quicken up from 7th position, and Utley is falling back to 8th position. Then in the fire outside is their support, and Dan Hauser is last as they make the turn for home. Super Chunky's on a narrow lead now. Super Chunky's trying to go on. Riding the River in the fire outside. Down holding there is Slip and Drive down to the inside. Paris Vegas gets a good seam in between horses to run right on through. Down to the inside, Roadhog is trying to barge on through. Super Chunky, Slip and Drive. The inside, Roadhog. Photo finish, Slip and Drive and Roadhog.
22-1 long shot Slip and Drive by Windstar Farm stallion Artie Schiller holds off the late charge of Roadhog by a nose. Carlos Marquez Jr. aboard the Keeneland sales graduate in 142-4. Stakes place at Canterbury Park during the summer, Slip and Drive records his first stakes victory. The 5-year-old gelding was bred in Maryland by John T. Crane Jr. and Margaret Crane and is a half-brother to Barbecue Eddie, a group stakes winner in Dubai earlier this year. Trained by Mac Robertson, Slip and Drive has earned $303,000 for Jermar Stable. The future stakes winner was consigned by Eaton Sales to the 2009 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by Jermar Stable for $57,000. Stakes winner Slip and Drive, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. To Retama Park for 2-year-old turf fillies in the La Senorita Stakes. The girl in that song, the 2-1 favorite. Tom Harris has the call.
Along the inside, Strike Twice, and from the outside, Great Queen. Sky's Goldmaker is a patient third. Suaveberry a closer fourth along the inside. The girl in that song is only 4 off the beat from the outside of that. A length more to Red Grass Cat. Then Daffodil Lady is situated up to the outside, a span of 4. Back to She's a Little Lady, and the tempo quickens now. And the La Senorita, they race midway around the turn. Strike Twice at the inside, the narrow lead. Great Queen is there. Sky's Goldmaker swings up for the attack now, and they straighten way down the lane. Sky's Goldmaker grabs the lead. On the outside, Red Grass Cat is chasing late, a 16th to go in the La Senorita. On the inside, it's Sky's Goldmaker, gamely to prevail.
In her first start on turf, Sky's Goldmaker, the winner by a length over Red Grass Cat. Ernesto Valdez Jimenez aboard in 136-2. A first out maiden winner over the main track, she was coming off a runner-up finish against Allowance Company at Retama Park. The filly by Sky Mesa was bred in Kentucky by Montecule and was a $4,000 yearling. Sky's Goldmaker has earned $57,000 for Johnny Evans and trainer Terry Eoff. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnat.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year. 2-year-old colts and geldings on the Retama Park turf in the El Joven Stakes. Kentucky shipper Perky Kitten, the 4-5 favorite. Once again, here's Tom Harris.
They run on for the far turn now. Margarita Bibb has the lead by a length. Broadway Missile on the outside second, 2.5 to FJ Uncle Vic racing third. Still 3 to Wits 5 at the inside. Then along the outside, Pontotoc begins to stir now. Moving well is Rainbow Trip, and Perky Kittens called on from the tail of the pack. 7 away as they're midway round the turn in the Elhoven. And Margarita Bib at the inside comes off the turn just in front. Broadway Missile is right there for the attack. FJ Uncle Vic looks for racing room. Perky Kitten the outside coming on late. They take it in deep stretch now, and Broadway Missile just in front. Perky Kitten the outside. Broadway Missile from between horses. Broadway Missile just enough to hang on.
Broadway Missile holds off the late charge of odds-on favorite Perky Kitten by a nose. Luis Quinones up in 136 flat. Broadway Missile was supplemented to the race off a maiden claiming victory over the Keeneland Polytrack. The gelding by Heat Seeker was bred in Kentucky by Padanack Farm. This was his first start in the colors of agave racing and for trainer Michelle Lovell. Broadway Missile has earned $61,000. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with an undefeated winner of the Grade 3 Hollywood Preview coming up in this segment. We begin with 2-year-old fillies at Betfair Hollywood Park in the Moccasin Stakes. Bajan, the 4-5 favorite. Vic Stauffer picks up the call.
2-year-old fillies into the far turn, and the leader is Sergeant O'Rourke. Sergeant O'Rourke, 3/4 of a length now to Lemon Dioro, who is second. Bajan has moved through inside of 4 Emma. They're together now, set third and fourth, and about 2 from the front. Bajan is moving into a clear third now, and she's got a length and 3/4 to make up. E equals MC squared is now the trailer, top of the stretch they run. Sergeant O'Rourke, Lemon Dioro, and now Bajan comes off the fence, and she'll make a 3-wide rush for the front. Then comes 4 Emma. She's only a length and a half off the lead. E equals MC squared, and here comes Bajan. Bajan has fired to the lead. She's now a length and a half, make it 2 in front. 4 Emma is running up into second. Bajan's got the jump of 16th out. 4 Emma is clearly second. 3 across the track for third. The Moccasin goes to Bajan.
Odds-on favorite Bajan by Windstar Farm Stallion Speightstown scores by 2 1/4 lengths over 4 Emma. Victor Espinoza aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 124-1. A maiden winner at Del Mar, Bajan was coming off a victory in the Enokia Stakes at Santa Anita. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Farfellow Farms and was an $80,000 OBS March 2-year-old. Trained by Simon Callahan, Bajan has earned $159,000 for Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners and Ronald Frankel. Bajan paid $3.60 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Remington Park for the Clever Trevor Stakes, Duncan Bend, the 3-5 favorite. Dale Day has the call.
22-3 for the opening quarter as they go to the turn. It's Guns Loaded inside of Duncan Bend, and Guns Loaded surges forward now by a half length with 3 furlongs left. And Guns Loaded takes the lead. It's Guns Loaded by a length and a tail. Duncan Bend trying to keep up second. Time is flying, rolling in the 3 path and coming on strongly. Now Smack Smack leaves the back. 7 lengths out of it, but coming on well at the quarter pole. Guns Loaded has the advantage after a half mile and 44 3/5. Guns Loaded by 2. Duncan Bend gives way. Time is flying now second. A furlong to go. Guns Loaded out by 2.5. Time is flying. Here's Smack Smack still making up ground with every stride at the 16th. Guns Loaded by 3. Smack Smack trying to wear down Guns Loaded. Guns Loaded inside. Smack Smack outside. Smack Smack in the Clever Trevor.
Smack Smack runs by Guns Loaded to take it by half a length. Jake Barton aboard in 123-1. Smack Smack won his first 3 starts, including a pair of stakes at Prairie Meadows, before running third in the Kip DeVille Stakes at Remington Park. The gelding by Closing Argument was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Dreamwalkin' Farms. Trained by Don Von Hemmel, Smack Smack has earned $165,000. Back to Hollywood Park for the Grade 3 Hollywood Preview Stakes. Kobe's back, a stakes winner over the track in his first start, the 4-5 favorite off a 5-month layoff. Once again, here's Vic Stauffer.
They're off. Good start. Papa Turf from the inside shows speed. Shared Belief right alongside. To the outside and Brother Soldier. These three right across the track. Then comes Golden Dynamo. Kobe's back broke fine, but he's got no speed early, and he's fifth and last, 6 behind. Up the backstretch with Papa Turf, well off the rail, and he leads by a neck from Shared Belief, a similar margin to Brother Soldier, 3 deep in third. Then it's 2 lengths to Golden Dynamo. He's fourth at the rail and about 2.5 or 3 from the front. Kobe's back is closer now. He's still fifth and last, but only 4 lengths from first to last as they go into the far turn in the 32nd Hollywood Preview Stakes, and the leader is still Papa Turf. Papa Turf just half ahead from Shared Belief, who turns up the pressure. When they get to the quarter pole, could be a new leader. Shared Belief is outside of Papa Turf. Then comes Brother Soldier. He's all in. Kobe's back is going to be 4 wide, turning for home. Draws within 2 of the lead. Golden Dynamo has dropped out last. Shared Belief is the new leader, but here comes Kobe's back in the center. He draws within a length and 3/4 of the lead. Shared Belief gets away, though, past mid-stretch, and Shared Belief has suddenly opened up 4 lengths. Make it 5, make it 6. Kobe's back is watching him race away. Shared Belief straight and strong.
Shared Belief by Lane's End Stallion Candy Ride rolls to a 7 3/4 length victory over odds-on favorite Kobe's Back. Corey Nakatani aboard in 122 flat. Shared Belief making his first start for Jungle Racing and Partners and trainer Jerry Hollendorfer, who purchased the winner privately off a 7-length first out maiden victory at Golden Gate. The gelding was bred in Kentucky by Pam and Martin Wygott. Shared Belief has earned $76,000. The best performance of the week, presented by Best PC Service. Contact Best PC Service for a free business consultation. The Lane's End Stallion of the week is classic winner Union Rags, whose first in-foal mares have been selling for up to $400,000 to such buyers as Bill Reitler, Dixiana, Calumet, Gainesway, and Hargis Sexton. Lane's End wishes these buyers the best of luck with next year's foal crop by this brilliant young stallion. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 3 Cardinal Handicap coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with sprinting 3-year-old fillies at Laurel Park in the Safely Kept Stakes. Crazy About Me, the 2-to-1 favorite. Dave Rodman has the call.
Very fast out there for Sunlit City, who's pressed by Crazy About Me to the outside. Crazy About Me, Sunlit City head-to-head. Lady Sibylla, Champagne Rain on the inside. Here's Fully Living, moving up within 3 lengths of the lead. Asia out there 3 wide, getting involved 2 out far outside with 3 furlongs left to go. Then back to Awesome Mama, who's next. Then Casina, who's pushing through between horses, still has 8 lengths to make up as they swing on to the top of the stretch. Ghost Flower racing to the back of the pack with Mr. Hall's Opus. And last is Flattering Bee, and they make the turn in. Crazy About Me in a 45-1 crazy half mile with Lady Sibylla to her outside. And Lady Sibylla off that big score is running lights out again. Here's Lady Sibylla, 1 furlong left to go. She's running freakishly this afternoon. Lady Sibylla and Karamanos in front from Crazy About Me, and all the others. Flattering Bee closing ground. Lady Sibylla, she's something else.
Lady Sibylla, the winner by a length and 3/4 over Flattering Bee, who edges out Crazy About Me by a nose. Horatio Karamanos aboard in 123-4. Lady Sibylla making her second start off a 10-month layoff. The Robin Graham trainee was outfitted with blankers for her comeback last month at Laurel, and she impressively broke her maiden by 12 3/4 lengths. The filly by Majestic Warrior was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Mrs. Frank P. Wright. Lady Sibylla has earned $96,000. Next from Laurel Park, 3-year-olds in the City of Laurel Stakes. Falling Sky, the 5-2 favorite. Once again, here's Dave Rodman.
Heading into the far turn past the 4.5 furlong mark. An Edge of Reality's worked forward to lead from Res Judicata by about a half length in a 23-2 opening quarter. City of Weston Englishmen are rushing up on the inside there. And then it's Do It for Don. Falling Sky is now mid-pack, 5 to make up. And Perilous Indian racing outside of that one. Pitch and Rolls on the inside. And Super Night and Papa Portmore trailing the field as Res Judicata comes to the top in a 47 second half mile. They have a 1/4 mile to go run. and they make the turn in. Res Judicata shows the way. Opens up now. City of Weston out after that one. Then it's Edge of Reality driven, battling along for second now with 1 furlong left to go. Res Judicata is pouring it on in the City of Laurel Stakes, opening up 5. City of Weston. Then late run from Super Night on the far outside. It's going to be Res Judicata, 7-1 winner.
Res Judicata draws off to defeat Super Night by 4 1/4 lengths. Kendrick Carmouche, the winning jockey, in 123 flat. A stakes winner at Parks Racing at 2, Res Judicata was coming off a 9th place finish in the Researcher Stakes at Charlestown. The gelding by Smarty Jones was bred in Pennsylvania by Patricia Chapman. Trained by John Service, who also conditioned classic winner Smarty Jones for the Chapmans, Res Judicata has earned nearly $237,000. To Churchill Downs for turf fillies and mares in the Grade 3 Cardinal Handicap. Starstruck at 2-1, a slight favorite over Abaco. Mark Johnson has the call.
Soft Whispers out in front, but coming back to the field. The lead reduced now to only 3 lengths by Solid Appeal, who is in second. Somali Lemonade to the hedge is in third. Rare Event out wide in fourth. Miss Ida is in fifth. 3 lengths away, Abaco, and then Starstruck making ground around the outside as they go through halfway. 48-1 for the half mile in the 40th running of the Cardinal Handicap, and it is Soft Whisper who still has the lead. It's reduced to 1.5 lengths by Solid Appeal racing in second. Somali Lemonade makes an early move around the turn and following that one through, but 4 wide now is Starstruck as they race towards the final 1/4 mile. There's a seam against the inside hedge for Ms. Ida, and Ms. Ida bursts through now on the inside of Solid Appeal. Starstruck on the outside. Somali Lemonade is next, followed by Soft Whisper, and then Abaco down the outside inside the final furlong. Ms. Ida against the hedge still has the lead. Solid Appeal in second. Here comes Abaco down the outside, and it is Abaco beginning to get up to give Shug McGahey a 3rd win in the Cardinal Handicap.
Abaco rallies to score by a length over Ms. Ida, who has a head on Solid Appeal for place. Rosie Napravnik aboard in 150 and 4. After finishing second in 3 stakes this year, including the Grade 3 Athenia Stakes in her latest, Abaco records her first stakes victory. The 5-year-old mare by Giants Causeway was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Phipps Stable. Trained by Shug McGahey, Abaco has earned $395,000. Rosie Napravnik with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by Remard's Total line of equine products, featuring Total Immune Blast, the complete equine immune product with nucleotides. For further information, please log on to remardinc.com.
Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. It's the Marathon Grade 3 Long Island Handicap for turf fillies and mares from Aqueduct. Agu Marine, the 8-5 favorite. Here's the call by Tom Durkin.
Their positions have been unchanged as they move into the second turn here. Inimitable Romane has been the leader. Strathneighbor has been just to the outside of Left a Message. They continue to run that way. A break of another 4. Back to Agu Marine. Right next to her has been Shepherd's Pie. Covered up in behind them has been Tub Reach. A good journey so far. Covered up all the way. And a break of another 3 back to White Rose. Just laboring along at the back of the pack. So they got the 3/4 mark in 1 minute 20 and 3/5 seconds. Inimitable Romane by a measured length over Strathneighbor. Left a Message couldn't have had a more beautiful trip. Break of another 3 back to Agu Marine running along in third. And then it's Tob Reed right together with Shepherd's Pie and White Rose. Into the far turn, 3 furlongs remaining. Inimitable Romane trying to go it all the way on the lead. Now Strathneighbor is really ratcheting up that pressure. And just in behind Left a Message, who switches into action on the outside. Agu Marine and Tab Reed down toward the rail. Top of the stretch here. Inimitable Romane still has plenty left. Indeed kicks away, leaving Strathneighbor behind in second. White Rose on the outside. Tabreed coming up fast very late in the game, and Tabreed is coming fast. Still has to catch Inimitable Romane, who's coming down to the line, and Inimitable Romane will do it wire to wire at 28-1.
The longest shot on the board, New York bred Inimitable Romane, takes the field gate to wire to defeat Tabreed by a length. Chris DiCarlo allowed to dictate a crawling pace. The final time of 2:34 and 1 is a 1:02 brisk speed rating. After placing in 4 turf stakes against statebreds at Saratoga and Belmont Park this year, Inimitable Romany gets her first stakes victory. The 5-year-old mare by Marie Asman, out of multiple graded stakes winner Sellers Shiraz, was bred in New York by Gallagher's Shiraz LLC. One of 2 starters in the field for trainer Graham Motion, Inimitable Romany has earned nearly $324,000 for Gallagher's stud. 2 turf stakes for 3-year-olds this afternoon at Churchill Downs. The Grade 2 Mrs. Revere Stakes for fillies and the Grade 3 Commonwealth Turf Cup will have those, plus the delayed running of the Grade 2 Autumn Stakes at Woodbine and the Grade 3 Red Smith Handicap from Aqueduct. All that and more next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson has been presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Castleton Lions, Claiborne Farm, Dock Lanes Veterinary Pharmacy, Horse Sense, Keeneland, Lane's End, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, PBI Bank, Quillen Leather and Tack, Ramard, Sally Horse Fans, Shadwell Farm, and Windstar Farm. Online at tbredweek.com.